Hey, so this is the video for Tuesday, February 21st. Real quick, it's President's Day, and I'm making this video about 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So you've still got the whole afternoon and evening if you want to try out our day trading course. To this day, we still have only had one negative email about the course from the hundreds of people that have taken it. And that email was, hey, is there any way you could break it up into 2 days instead of just having it all on Saturday? Because it was literally 10 full hours on a Saturday. Well, now it's all recorded, so you don't have to, you can watch it at your own pace. And we've gotten really, really good feedback from it. So I'm going to put the link to the President's Day special for the course. There's also a special for the course and the chat room membership combined if you wanted to go that route. I'm going to put the link to that in the description to this video on YouTube. And if you want to hold off on the course and just want a special on the chat room, shoot me an email. Just go to the bottom of I think any page on our website. We've got a get in touch form, and you can use that to contact me and let me know that you're just interested in a President's Day special on the chat room membership alone. So enough of that. The SPY is just still grinding higher. Very, very impressive strength. So with that in mind, we can just build our normal watch list. We don't have anything to worry about on a macro scale. I always try to have at least one beaten up stock on bounce watch for the next day. So this one's for Tuesday, it'll be NUS. Closed somewhere around 55 and ended up around 48. And it's got some support in this area. A lot of times the next day you get an initial sell-off and then a nice snapback. So I'll be watching it with that in mind. We'll see. It goes on watch. Potential bounce play. Remember, I'm a day trader. I don't hold anything overnight. So I'm just looking to make some money on an intraday basis on any of these stocks that you see. SCON had the gap up, massive volume, and then another red day. It seems to be holding above that 140. Maybe it turns up on Tuesday with a proper intraday setup. I might get a trade out of it. TOPS, low float, shipper, gapped up, and then ended up selling. It's almost filled the gap already. That one might snap back on Tuesday. Now, I don't, I'm very aware of the fact that a lot of people are underwater on this, so I don't expect it to just rip and take out new highs, recent highs. But it still might give a nice little percentage move if it gives me the right setup. NOVN, I like this big volume pop here, and then 2 days lower. This ripped up into this gap here, and then a couple days lower on declining volume. This might be a great turnaround on Tuesday back higher. INFN. Nice gap up, and now it's a few days lower, declining volume, almost to the 8-day. I want to watch that one for a push higher. ZAIS, huge pop here, and lower high, lower high, lower high, but it did close green on Friday, so let's watch that for a potential push to continue that bounce higher on Tuesday. XOMA, I hesitated to put this on the list. I really like this 2-day move. I mean, it closed around 4 and went up to almost 6 in 2 days. And with these massive volume pops, it still didn't hit 1 million shares, just to let you know how thin this thing trades. And so then you get a couple day pullback, and it's really interesting. But I watched this thing trade on Friday, and it just had no volume. I mean, all of Friday, it traded 49,000 shares. So I don't know. This thing's just too thin to probably even trade. But if you go on 15s, you've got this huge move and just a decent little flag up in the 530s, maybe close to 540. This one might catch fire again. But I hate how thin it is. I like the chart setup a lot, but just keep that in mind. It's probably going to be too thin to trade. EVOK had the big gap up. Another day lower. We had it on Bounce Watch. Unfortunately, you might look at that and think, oh, I bet they made some money in the Great Stock Picks room on Friday. Only the people that hung out till the last 20 minutes. I was not hanging out because it was the Friday before a 3-day weekend, and it just didn't seem like we'd get any volume past the morning. And for the most part, we didn't. But for those that did hang out, they might have caught this little consolidation break and might have had a nice little late day trade. I wasn't there. All right, but I want to watch it for a continuation of that afternoon pop on Tuesday. GSIT, now this one's extended. Obviously, it's had a huge move on Friday from, I don't know, 570 to almost $7. It was over 7 at one point. This big volume spike, again, I point out to you, is only 1.57 million shares. So Again, another thin stock, but it's worth watching. I'm going to watch it all week. Maybe we get a setup on Tuesday, but usually expect that to come in a couple days and then maybe give a nice pop. MOSY, nice volume spike on Friday. Closing well off its highs, but also well off its lows, right at the half. This one could give a really nice setup and a nice percentage move on Tuesday, sorry. And then BLPH had this breakout of this long range. This would have probably been Tuesday. Then Wednesday and Thursday did nothing, and then right back up to those highs on Friday. So if it can get up over this area, might get going. That's it. I'm going to leave the list at that. That's plenty to watch. Plus, we'll be adding gappers in the morning on Tuesday as well. All right, so enjoy the rest of your President's Day weekend, and we'll see everybody on Tuesday.